So we're going to show you how to make some concrete using Quikrete. You can get larger bags than 60 pounds, but 60 pounds is a lot to lug back and forth, and it works for our purposes. We are making this concrete so that we can set the post for a fence for dwarf goats that we plan on getting. And this is the post that will have the gate open and close against. So we'll have a lot of play. It will be leaned on a lot and pushed on a lot, and when goats put their feet up on the fencing, it'll put a lot of pressure on it. We want to make sure it is well cemented at the base. So this is bag number 2 going into that hole. Alright, you ready?
I'm ready. Thank you.
And you just sort of eyeball how much water to add. I'm going to spread out that a little bit. Cut down on the dirt a little better, the dust. Right now there's still not enough water in it, for sure. And when you got a couple little puddles going, you're like, that may be enough until I get it mixed in. So, about there, babe. Is that good?
All right, let's try that. You gotta be careful not to swap it around or it'll shoot right out at you.
You can see up here in the corner, it's more of a slurry going on, which is kind of what you want. In the end, you want it to be almost that wet. Now, maybe if you live in a really wet state, you can just throw dry cement in a hole and let the moisture from the ground mix your cement for you. I've seen people do that on homesteader stuff, but we live in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and it's very dry. There's not much humidity, so you need to make sure you have a good consistency before you pour it. These have a good wetness, and even after you get it spooned in, you get a little too much water. A little too much is better than too little, because the ground's going to soak it up anyway while it's setting. And we got this black tub at Lowe's.
It's meant for drywall.
It's meant for using to make drywall, but it's great for mixing cement.
The joint compound.
But when we're through with it, we're going to use it as a watering tub for the dwarf Nigerians that we're going to get, because the largeness of it will make it more difficult for the goats to turn over all the time. I mean, any way you look at it, the goats are going to flip over water barrels and buckets and get in them and stand in them. Well, goats don't really like water that much, but they don't like to be wet. If you don't have goats, I'm telling you, they don't like to get wet, generally speaking. I'm going to be pouring it into that hole for this fence post. As you can see, here's our gate. So we have the first post by our feed shed already in the ground. Then you make your gate, whatever size it's going to be. And then you make the post that goes next to the gate last. to make sure the size fits your gate. So it's all squared off. Everything's been leveled from every direction. And you can see in here, I put a few little scraps of wood to keep the right distance between the post and the gate for how we want it to hang and swing. And you can see here how he's got it held together so it's stable while we're making this permanent post. You about to pour?
Yep, looks good.
It looks good to me.
Not too watery,
Nope.
no more dry spots.
Looks good. And just real quick, I'll clean that off. Okay. A little white piece of pipe, plastic piping that you see with the blue tape around it. We're cementing that in the ground next to this because on the other side of this we have a, what do you call it, baby?
I don't recall.
Hang on. You just got me the box. Drop rod. You can see the top of the rod up here, and then it runs down this way so that it attaches to the gate door. And then this part, which usually will be down here, you can pick up and hang up on this, pull it up out of the ground, and this bottom is going to slide into that pipe that's cemented into the ground, so that when this is in the down position, when we pull that and let it rest here, then the end of this will be lower into that pipe in the ground, and that will help be a good brace on the other side of this gate. So goats putting their feet down here, pushing on that gate, can't mess up the alignment of the gate any. Because the anti-sag kit can only go so far when it comes to gates.
Yeah, we're definitely going to have to do another bag in this.
Okay.
Because I dug such a big hole.
More concrete's better than too little. So it's just about ready for him to put the whole thing into the hole. So we thought we'd end up with 1.5 to 2 bags of cement at the base of this post, but it turns out we're probably going to have 3 bags of cement.
Definitely. All right.
So that's about it right now. I just wanted to let you see. And then we'll leave that alone to sit. And we'll end up having a fabulously secure post for the gate for our pet dwarf goat enclosure. And so bye-bye, Brutus. So good boy.